create certainty for Indian solar generation itself.
We are moving away from a consumer-led economy to a very manufacturing-led economy.
That we work in unison.
More especially sustainable growth in the solar market.
Welcome to this episode of Sustainability Karma. I am your host Naina Gaut, and today let us hear from the industry leaders about Atmanirbharta in solar PV manufacturing. India is one of the world's fastest growing solar markets, but the next phase isn't just about installing more panels, it's about manufacturing them here. As India pushes Atmanirbharta in solar, the conversation is shifting from deployment to building a globally competitive manufacturing ecosystem. Amit Manohar, Secretary General, Indian Solar Manufacturers Association.
I think PLI is a great scheme. I think we had about 5 gigawatt of module manufacturing a decade back. Right now it's about 200 gigawatt. That's a great example. Cells, we had almost nascent cell industry. It's about 30 gigawatt now. So I think these tools, PLI, DCR, ALMM, we are moving away from a consumer-led economy to a very manufacturing-led economy. So we are manufacturing cells and modules in India and building our own resilient supply chain. Government came up with a list 1, ALMM list 1, sometime in 2020 that we will have the ALMM framework to define the solar PV manufacturing ecosystem in India. So what we see over here is list 1. I mean, what the list 1 told the manufacturers that whatever modules that you make in India have to be made in India. You can get the cells from China, but the modules have to be made in India. You can't import modules from China. That was ALMM list 1. The ALMM 2 says that whatever modules you make in India has to source the cells which are made in India. That is the term DCR. That now the DCR cells are where the movement has begun now. The cells have to be there in the modules also which are manufactured in India. Stage 3, what we call AM list 3, the cells will have to procure the wafer and ingots that are made in India from June 2028, and what government has said that this will be implemented once we have 15 gigawatt of wafer and ingot manufacturing in India. So that's how we are moving upstream. Now we'll go to the details of list 3. What is exactly this wafer and ingot, because we have done some deep dive into this. What it entails, what kind of investment we see, what kind of challenges are there, what kind of financing options are there. So the whole ALM, let's say, structure has been reinforced by PLI, production linked incentive. But as we know, we can't stop the imports. So that's why we came up with a non-tariff barrier such as ALMM. So now DCR is also part of that ALMM only. So whatever projects or tendering that's happening in India right now has to source DCR cells. So those are the 3-4, let's say, structural things that government has given us to the manufacturers to ensure that we procure cells or modules that are made in India.
In simple terms, the idea is to strengthen every step of the solar supply chain. Make modules here, then cells, and eventually wafers and ingots. Each phase is meant to deepen domestic capability and reduce dependence on imports. Somnath Yogi, Head Business Development for Solar India.
Specifically by having the clear policy, which is we are having the policy stability, in having the clarity about our manufacturing establishment, a mandate to use the solar modules and solar cells from India, which is boost the whole policy and the demand now, and that's why we have this more especially sustainable growth in the solar market.
Industry voices point to predictable demand, entrepreneur risk-taking, and affordability as the 3 big enablers so far. Anshul Khandelwal, CEO, RPSG Solventa.
It's a symbiotic relationship between manufacturing and the development community. By having indigenous and technology savvy manufacturing in India, we are creating lowest cost structures in India, and in a large period of time, having an indigenous industry will create certainty for Indian solar generation itself.
Of course, factories alone don't guarantee leadership. The talent pipeline, steady demand, technology innovation, and an enabling policy environment all have to move together. Rajesh Sharan Satyarthi, Director Merkin Technologies.
We have to build an ecosystem where innovation, skill, talent, and manufacturing sector, all these things with the government's help and government's policies, we have to ensure that we work in unison to improve our system.
The next test is turning that pace into global competitiveness. India's solar story is entering a new phase, moving from being a major consumer of solar technology to aspiring to be a trusted global manufacturing hub. Khandelwal adds.
And that transformation has been possible because of three key reasons. One is the demand certainty created by the government and its policies. Second is the entrepreneurship demonstrated by Indian entrepreneurs and taking up this opportunity, taking a lot of risk. And lastly is the affordability part of the solar, which has driven all of this together. While we have sown the seeds of manufacturing, and as manufacturers, it's time to see how this demand pool can further be enhanced and to do two things. One is to have exponential growth within the country, and second is how we can become an export hub. At this juncture, we are here to assess how that demand can be generated, or can be pulled further, how that pull factor can be created further, and that is the focus area.
If domestic capabilities deepen and innovations keep pace, Atmanirbharta in solar could translate into resilience at home and credibility abroad. This is Nana Gautam signing off for Sustainability Karma. Today's episode was based on the proceedings of Solar Futures 2026, recently held in New Delhi.
We hope you like this program. We look forward to your feedback on our WhatsApp number 9818120554. For participation in this program, write to us at sustainability.karma@gmail.com. Looking forward to meet you again at the same time next week with a new episode and a new guest. Till then, goodbye from all of us. Sustainability Karma.